Okay, guys, this is the second part of the pattern piece. I will teach you how to make the bodice pattern piece. Okay, I will open the bodice first. I will start sharing my screen. This is the skirt from our previous part. Okay, so this is the bodice block. Last week, I have taught you how to make the dart of the bodice. Okay, this is the bodice block. Don't forget to always display the title block and also make sure to complete with the grain line. So in the bodice block here, going to part 2, there will be 4 pattern pieces. The back bodice from the original pattern, the front bodice from the original pattern, front bodice dartless block, and front bodice side dart. We can move the side dart, the dart, we can move it, moving the dart lines. Yeah, I will teach you how to make the dartless block and side dart bodice block from pattern piece. And I will also tell you how to duplicate the new pattern block and put it in the original pattern block worksheet. So reminder to you guys, pattern block only in one worksheet. Do not put pattern block in separate worksheet. In order to not confuse everyone that use your block, make sure to always put your uh, correct block, everything correct in one worksheet. And then I will teach you how to recreate the pattern piece from the new block. Okay? And again, I will remind you how to open the pattern. If you need darts, you can bring the dart lines. And I will also complete the pattern piece with seam allowances, grain lines, and names. So let's start. This is the bodice block. Don't forget to complete the bodice block with the name bodice block. I already teach you how to name it. And then I will put the grain line on this block. I will go to F4 here, use axis, click on the grain line. I only need one for both of these. Make sure straight. Okay. And then for the back, I don't need to do anything with the back. Okay, I will just make pattern piece straightly from the original back pattern. Don't forget to select the darts. I will zoom in. I will select the dart. Oops, sorry. And then the 3 darts from the below. Okay. Later on, if you don't need the bust line, this one, you can delete this line. Because what I need you to make is the clean pattern. This is only example because I only use the real block. But later on, if you follow a style and in your pattern block, there's no need to make this line and at the end, you don't use this line to give some notch or whatever. So you don't use this line, you can just delete the line. Okay, but now I don't delete the line because this is the example. I will just select the darts and then I will select the seam to make the pattern piece. Okay, select all, go down, click, and then go left here. Click everything, click left, and then click here with right click to make sure everything's in the blue blocks. Right click. Now you can see my here is my back bodice. If I see the notch is missing for the zipper, you can just put the notch afterwards. Okay. And then I will just delete this and I will adjust the worksheet. So for the front, I will also select the dart here, pressing the shift, selecting the dart. I will just zoom. Okay. All right. I have selected the darts and then go to F4, seam, and then click, 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 click. And then sometimes because there's some uh, hole here near the center, you need to be very careful because there is this line, the bust line, that separates the top and the bottom part. Sometimes there is a hole that you cannot really see from afar that also needs to be selected. Okay, I will carefully select it and then right click here. So it's okay, but what happened if, for example, you see here, if you zoom in, there's actually this uh, very small hole. So if you're not careful, sometimes you can just select like this. So see, here you have a hole. Maybe because it's too small, you cannot see, and then you forgot to select it. What happened? So let's say from afar, it will just like this. It looks like I select everything, right? And if I right click, what happened? You can see the difference with the front that I made previously and then with this pattern. If you zoom in specifically on the bust part, you can see that it has a hole. So this is incorrect. So if you see this line, okay, you see it might make your pattern broken because there is a hole. So please make sure, that's why I already told you before, if you don't need this line, you can delete it. Because sometimes these unused lines make your pattern broken. Okay, like this happened. All right, let's do it again. So don't forget to select the darts. Here, I'm selecting the darts. And then seam. Okay, I'm pressing everything, clicking everything. And then here, right click. Okay. But I'm still, I need the line in this case, yeah, because this is my original pattern. So you can see now I have two identical patterns here, this one and this one, which is both are correct. Yeah, because I select everything. And this one is incorrect because there is a hole at the bust part. All right, but since it's identical, I only need one. I will just delete one. Don't forget to select the shift. Okay, so make sure, I just want to remind you, if you don't need a line, if you have unused lines, make sure to delete it because sometimes it will disrupt you when you make the pattern pieces. Okay, like in this case. All right, so you have two pattern pieces now, but for the bodice, you need to have 4 pattern pieces. What more? Okay, what's more? In the front, I want you to make, I will just delete this one for now, the line, because it's in the way. All right, so for the next pattern piece is the dartless block. How to make the dartless block? You already know. manually. But digitally, you need to check here. You need to make the pattern piece by piece, okay, part by part, that you can join the pattern. In this case, I want to connect the top dart here. I want to close this dart. So I want to make separate pattern pieces for the center and for the side. Okay, I'm going to make it. Here, I'm going to make the center, this one, okay, and the side. You can continue the side until the dart, but we don't need the dart anyway since it's a dartless block. Okay, just continue until the dart without selecting the dart. Okay, right click. All right, now you have two pattern pieces, pattern center and pattern side. And then what do we do next? So for these two patterns, we have to join these patterns at the dart. Okay, here at the dart section, dart part. So how to join these two patterns together? We need to go to F8. Okay, go to F8, and in F8, you see assemble. Okay, so click assemble. And in order to assemble the patterns, you need to bring the pattern, a pattern, to the center. So the center is not moving. So you bring the pattern to the center, if there is a center. Okay, so it's not moving. Okay, the center is straight. So in this case, I will bring the side part to the center part. So click the assemble, and then you need to click from the outermost point. First, you click the outermost point, click, and then click the innermost point of the dart part. Click, okay? And then bring it to the center. You do the same. You click the outermost point, okay? And then bring the innermost point. You click on the innermost point. Click. Now it's joined. Okay, but this pattern is unstable pattern. We call it unstable pattern because it's not pattern block, it's not pattern piece. Why? Because pattern block has no color and pattern piece only has one color. Okay? So here we have two colors. That's why it's unstable pattern. All right, so how to make this unstable pattern into a stable pattern? First, we have to make this unstable pattern into a pattern block. Okay, how to do it? You go to Sheet on top menu and then choose Copy. Okay, copy. So to make unstable pattern into stable pattern, we have to copy this pattern. Okay, click Sheet Copy and then click on the unstable pattern and then just click it beside it. I will click it here. Click. And then don't forget to press J. Okay? So now you see we have this pattern. This is what we need. This is the stable version of this pattern. Why is it unstable? Because the unstable pattern, when you, let's say, close the pattern or close the software, and then when you open it, it will just separate it. It will be separated every time you open it. That's why it's unstable. But if you make it into block, it will be like this whenever you open it. All right. So now you have one block, new block, and then one unstable pattern, and then this is the pattern pieces that we don't use it anymore. So since we already have the new block, we can just delete these three unused patterns. Now we can just make a revision from this block. Okay, first we need to delete all the unused points. Delete, 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 delete. And then this is dartless block. So you can delete all the lines on the pattern, on inside the pattern. Okay, I will also delete the shoulder lines here because I want to make a new single line here. Okay, and then for this line, I can just maybe delete this line. And then I will just use Bezier, let's say. All right, almost finished. So you can go to F3, reshape, display the handles, and then you can smoothing the line. Oh, I activate print. Okay, not my unconsciously actually. Okay, so I can just smoothing the line, and don't forget to turn off the handles once you have finished. Now it's finished, the dartless block. And what to do to complete this, you can go to here. Oh, sorry. You can go to in here and then click Access and then put the grain line. Close. All right. And then, okay, don't forget, before I mentioned, previously I have mentioned that all pattern blocks should be on one worksheet. And this, I have two worksheets of pattern blocks because I made this new pattern block from pattern pieces before, from joined pattern pieces. So I have this new pattern block in a separate worksheet. What to do to join this pattern block into the original pattern block worksheets? First, you go to F1, and then you need to select all the parts, this one, okay, all the pattern that you want to move it to the original pattern block worksheet. And then here underneath, there is duplicate. Here, duplicate. Okay, I close points because I cannot see duplicate, but you should see duplicate in your tab here, here below the same axis. I will close the points here, and then I will select here, duplicate. Okay, don't forget to select the pattern first. And then I will click on the pattern, and then I will move it to the original worksheet. Okay, why duplicate? Because duplicate will can transfer from one worksheet to another worksheet. Okay, I will just copy here. Okay, duplicate here. Click. And then I will go to F3 and choose move. Okay, why not using move from the beginning? Because move can only move the pattern within the same worksheet. So in this case, if I click on the selected pattern, click, I can move it beside the original pattern block. Click. Basically, it's just moving the pattern within the same worksheet. You cannot transfer a pattern block from one worksheet to another worksheet using move option. You can only transfer the pattern block from one worksheet to another worksheet using duplicate in F1. Okay, so this is the dartless block. So I can just delete this one because I already transferred to the original worksheet. Now what's next? What's next is I forgot. There's supposed to be a line in here, right? There's supposed to be a line in here. I will make random line, but there's supposed to be a line in your pattern. And now I want to move the dart to open the side dart and then close the top dart. I will do the same thing, but right now I need to select the bottom darts. Again, I will make two separate pattern pieces using F4. Seam. I will select the center, including the darts and the half of the side, and then right click, and then this pattern, and then right click. Now I have two pattern. Oops, I accidentally, okay, select the darts as well. No worries, I can just delete the darts here. Delete, 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 finish. All right, now I can just delete the green line first before I assemble these two patterns. So go to F8, assemble, and then click the outermost part, innermost part, bring to the center pattern, join here. Okay, now it's almost finished. This is again unstable pattern. Click sheet and copy, click and click anywhere. One time now you have the stable version. Don't forget to delete these unused patterns. Now you have the side darts that you can modify here. Again, here, I will delete this line because I don't need this. Sometimes you need to click 2 times to delete these lines because it comes from 2 different patterns. So that's why it has 2 lines to delete. And then you need to check the center. See, mine is disconnected. Why? Because when I join, sometimes when I click the innermost point, it's not very precise. What happened? That's fine. So what's next? You can just attach it. Okay, bring it to the dart here, attach it again. Okay. You can just attach the point. Okay, do not move here. Click, click. Okay, now I have attached parts. Okay, I have the points attached. You can go to F3, attach, and click several times to make sure they are attached. Remember, attached points have either blue color, red color, white color, or red and white color. Detached point have the red and blue color. So detached color only red and blue color. All right, now I'm going to use the straight to make my new shoulder line. And then remember for the dart, if you want to have a head dart, you can make a line first and then make division to here, and then you can make straight line, let's say here, and then you can develop, let's say here, 0.6 here, and then, oh, it's too small, let's say 1. Okay, and then make it head dart. Okay, or if it's too high, you can just revise it yourself. Almost finished. Now what's next? Here I can add the grain line here. Okay. And then what's next? Again, I will transfer this pattern into the original pattern block worksheet. I can use F1 duplicate. Okay, don't forget to select the pattern first. Okay, selection, the pattern that you want to transfer to this worksheet. Use duplicate and then click on this pattern, bring it to this original worksheet, and then go to F3, choose move, and then click again, bring it to the right. Okay, I will put it here. All right, so here, shift delete. This is almost finished. What's next? Next, you have to make the pattern pieces for these two bodice blocks. And also, you need to complete everything. I will show you our materials. Okay. You need to you need to recreate the pattern piece from the new block and also open the front pattern pieces. If there are darts, bring the dart lines and complete the pattern pieces with seam allowances, grain lines, and also the names. And these are the names of the bodice blocks. There are 4. BB for the style name abbreviation, and then back bodice, 2 pieces, and then BB front bodice original, 1 piece, BB front bodice no dart, 1 piece for the dartless block, for the dartless piece, and then BB front bodice SD dart, side dart, 1 piece. And don't forget to check the overall pattern. Anything missing like notch or dart lines, you can make sure one by one, check piece by piece, and then complete everything. Okay, in this bodice part, I'm not going to show you how to complete everything because I have uh, explained in the previous videos. So now your assignment is to complete this pattern block, pattern piece of the bodice. Okay, I'll see you in the part 3 for the sleeve pattern.